It's time for Over There with Mirella Rastorfer. Mirella is our European correspondent. She joins us weekly. It is believed that she is in still Switzerland, a neutral area. But she'll tell us, of course. Hi, Mirella, how are you?
Hi, Jill. Yes, from Switzerland, who had a very impressive storm the past 2 days. But now everything is back to normal, and I have a little news for Switzerland, and then we will talk about Germany today. The first thing about Switzerland is the result of a referendum. There have been many over the weekend. Some for all of Switzerland, some very, very specific to the different states of Switzerland. But one interesting one was the referendum for a law to make it illegal to discriminate against people based on their sexual orientation. So that was a very interesting one because Switzerland was definitely a little behind with other European countries concerning this specific subject. And while we already had laws to protect against discrimination with race or religion, we didn't have anything for sexual orientation, and on Sunday that has been accepted with 63% of votes. So it was a clear success, one that I believe was not expected. The Swiss LGBT community was, of course, very relieved that they would finally also have some protection in Switzerland. It was interesting to notice that the highest approval rate were in the French and Italian-speaking region. The lowest was in the German-speaking region. Some of the arguments were about not wanting to be sued if making a joke on sexual orientation, which was a very weak argument, I guess, and people treated that also as a weak argument because it was not about making some jokes, which I think nobody would sue anybody for that. It was really about public discrimination and literal aggression, which happens quite regularly. That people of the LGBT community feel unsafe in some places and have been aggressed and sometimes hurt or very bad. So this has been welcome as a big success for Switzerland, with for once a very high approval rate. As we know, lately things tend to be always 49, 50, 51, making always every decision very difficult. This one is a clear cut. About Germany, I think it's very interesting to see how Germany is having some issue on a very high level with the right extremist party called AfD, which actually mean Alternative for Deutschland, Alternative for Germany. The party was only founded in 2013, so it's definitely not a very old party in Germany. But it really managed a coup last week when in quite a complex state of Germany called Thuringia, the leader was chosen and elected thanks to a coalition between the leading party CDU, which is the Chancellor Angela Merkel party, and the AfD. Why is that important? It's important because it's the first time that a very old party in Germany basically takes the help of the right extremist wing to get someone elected. That person is Mr. Kemmerich, and he had to basically resign after one day because the outrage was so big. He did it, of course, under pressure. It was not necessarily because he really wanted to do it. But considering Germany's history, until now, the AfD was considered a no-go party to have an alliance with. So that was a very big first. Following that coup, Annegret Kramp-Karrenbauer, which is a very difficult name, that's why most people say AKK, who is the leader of Germany's main governing party, the CDU, and was more or less seen as eventually the successor of Chancellor Angela Merkel, decided to resign. So that the way that she did it was very clear. She felt that she didn't have the necessary authority to keep her party together. She didn't expect that members of her own party would basically seek the help of the AfD to get someone elected, and because of that, she probably decided that if she cannot keep the party together, she cannot either be the successor of Chancellor Merkel next year. So that opens up now an entire series of speculation. During the summer, most probably a new leader of the party will be chosen. Until then, AKK will continue to do her job, but after the summer, someone else will be replacing her. This is a very important choice because traditionally the leader of the CDU is also the one that is chosen to run for becoming the new Chancellor of Germany. The next elections are going to be extremely complicated, also because this is after 15 years of leadership from Chancellor Angela Merkel. So 15 years is a very long time. And lately, many things have changed. For once, the Green Party in Germany became extremely powerful. I believe that many people want to really see a change. Germany is a country that is particularly active with environmental questions. And one really cannot exclude that for the next government, the Green Party will have an important role to play. So as you can see, a lot of things are happening in Germany with new parties like the AfD, but also with older parties like the CDU, who obviously is having some sort of an existential crisis. And it will be very interesting to see how all of this is going to play out next year when a new election will take place.
Thank you very much, Mirella Rastorfer. Over there.
My pleasure.